Welcome everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Oakville Toyota. Today I'm here to review the full electric EV Toyota. So what is this? This is the 2025 Toyota bZ4X, and this is the complete electric vehicle from Toyota. So let's get started with a little bit of history. Toyota. Who doesn't know what Toyota is? Toyota is one of the most, not one of the most popular car manufacturer brand in the world. Because everybody knows Toyota, a car that always runs no matter what circumstances it has. It's the most reliable brand in the world. It's the most fuel efficient brand in the world. It's the most comfortable kind of cheap brand in the world, I guess. But Toyota is one of the most popular brand to ever exist in this world. Toyota was a company that officially started their company from Japan. It is a Japanese company, but they introduced their cars in North America and America from the start because this is one of the biggest markets for people to sell cars. But the electric versions, everybody knew Toyota was almost the first person to introduce hybrid vehicles with the Toyota Prius. But Toyota and electric, they were always bringing it on, but they became a little too slow when it comes to Tesla. This is the full electric vehicle that Toyota sells in the market right now. And this is the one and only model that they sell. They're gonna bring out new versions, but for now, this is the only vehicle Toyota sells that is fully electric. Let me start by showing you the key. The key is pretty same as normal Toyota vehicles. You have your lock, unlock, trunk opening, and you can press this button so it turns on the AC in the car. Instead of remote start, this has the remote AC on. It says nothing at the back. It's a typical Toyota key. And you can see this is actually not a bad looking car. This is the baseline. So this is the starting model because this is such a new car and it's in heavy demand. That's why this was the only model that Oakville Toyota had. So that's why I'm doing a full review of this. I'm going to get inside, turn on these headlights, and then I'm going to show you the entire front. So let's quickly do that. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button. There the car turns on. This is with the full headlights, and I'm going to turn the car hazards on. This is with the high beam, this is without the high beam. Now let's come outside. The entire front. A lot of people don't really like the new front end of Toyota vehicles, but it's not actually bad. You have your main projector set up here, you have your hazards here, parking lights here, you have your daytime running lights on the top. It kind of looks like an eye, and then you have like an eyelash on the top. But there's openings here to get the cool air in and cool down the motors, I guess. But overall, it actually looks nice. From the headlights, this black panel takes it on with the chrome trimmings, but it's actually really nice how it looks like an eye. You have the side reflector, and this entire side panel is actually in a different color. The highest trim of the Toyota also gets the same looking design, but this is just in normal plastic. They're gonna be in body colors. There is a functional vent right here that actually takes air and then brings it out to the other side. You have parking sensors at the front. This is your number plate slot, and it obviously gets a GV plate. You have some openings here to cool down the car. You have some vents over there, vents over here, but no such as grille because it doesn't have an engine. But you have the Toyota badge right here. It has this beautiful paint, same design on the hood. Rain sensing wipers, adaptive braking assist, and cruise control. It's not bad, to be honest. But now let's get to the car's side profile. Now we are on the side profile of the fully electric Toyota. So let's start with the front and then go till the back. So as you can see, you have the blackish kind of portion on the sides with the exterior body color. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, but it's up to their taste. As this is the baseline car, you get these normal wheels, and these are actually not bad. It's Brickstones, it's nice, it's gonna give you less road noise, and it's gonna be comfortable, but these are all-season tires. The fronts are 335/60 R18s with 4-piston regenerative brakes. You have multi-link suspension with coil springs. If the car is unlocked, for charging the vehicle, the button is here, and then it opens up. You have your fast charger and your normal charger both included here. If you charge it at home, it takes around 11 to 12 hours to go to 20% to 80%. But if you use like a fast charger, or if you find out a way to use the Tesla supercharger, you can go from 20% to 80% within 35 to an hour. It's actually not bad. but with a full range, it actually gives you more than 650 kilometers. That's actually better than the Toyota Crown Hybrid. The exterior mirror is in this black color. It's auto dimmed and it's nice. The window trims are in this matte satin finish, but it's nice. You have privacy glass at the back. The front windows are tinted. You have keyless entry. You have the same kind of panel on the bottom, but if you come to the back, same thing comes here, and then you have the rear wheels. The wheels are same, but you just have double modes at the back with multi-links, and your same individual suspension, but the wheels are same because this is a all-wheel drive kind of car. If you come to the back, there's two things. First of all, you can see how the tail lights start from here. That's actually for your reflector, and then your actual tail lights start. So this is your tail lights, that's your hazards, this is your reverse, and the entire tail light is connected from here to here. You have this kind of like a edgy spoiler. Rear window is really big, but it's tinted. That's nice. You have this like spoilerish kind of thing with your shark fin antenna. You have your reversing camera placed here with your number plate slot. It says bZ4X, and then it says, so people can know this is a complete EV and it's all-wheel drive, so that's nice. You have rear parking sensors with reflectors, and this entire design actually looks really nice. But that's going to be pretty much it for the back. For opening the trunk, there is a button located here. If I press that, typical Toyota power tailgate goes up. You have 750 liters of storage. That's more than the Crown Signia, but if you compare this is actually a smaller car than the Crown Signia. The Crown Signia is right there. So this car is technically better than the Crown Signia in terms of storage and in terms of range. You have your charger here that you get from Toyota, your standard charger. You have a nice partial cover too. A lot of vehicles don't even get this on the higher trims, but it's nice. And then if you lift this up, you have a bit of storage there, and it's not bad. That's going to be pretty much it for the boot. There's two buttons here. One is for closing the boot, one is for closing the boot and locking the car, and then you have a handle for manually closing it if your struts don't work. Now, before we get inside the car, let's talk about the car's powertrain. Now I'm going to open the hood and show you guys the powertrain of the bZ4X. So, the bZ4X is a complete electric vehicle from Toyota. It has two motors. One is at the front, one is at the back. That's why the car is all-wheel drive. The car produces 201 horsepower and 198 pound-feet of torque. In the powers, it's not as much as Tesla's, but this gives out more range than the Tesla, and it's much more reliable. If you guys come closer, this is your front electric motor with your actual car's battery, and then you have the fuse box and everything. Everything looks like an actual engine. Like, it's nice, it looks like an actual car, like a Tesla looks like a toy. But overall, you have insulation on the top. I would have liked hydraulic studs, but it is what it is. It's nice, it's not bad. It has a little tiny strut here. That's pretty much it. And for closing the car's hood, I could just do it from there. It's pretty nice from the exterior. It's pretty nice in terms of numbers, but now let's look at the main kind of part of the car, the interior. So in terms of the inside of the car, it actually is pretty nice. As this is the baseline, this gets fabric and leather seats, but artificial leather, but these are comfortable. You have a light placement at the back as well. You have an armrest with two cup holders and a phone holder. And if you get this up, 3 people can easily sit with the ISOFIX anchor point, so you can put child seats in there. You have 2 AC vents at the back, and then you have 2 USB-C taps at the back as well. You get these optional extra formats that says bZ4X, and it's actually pretty nice. You have rear magazine holders behind your front seat. You have a panoramic sunroof. Everything about it is actually not bad. It's really comfortable. It's a nice car. But let's look at the practicality on the doors, and then let's go on the front. On the doors, you can see, first of all, you have your speaker, then you have your bottle holders, then you have your grab handle with your window openers. This is your door opener, and then this is for your unlock and lock. Nice gloss black treatment with the chrome, but overall, is it better than the Tesla? In terms of tech, I don't think so, but in terms of everything else with the reliability and price, I don't know yet. Let's get inside the front. Sitting on the front of the car, the dash is pretty much a combination of the Toyota Prius and a complete new design. But you have the fabric dash that says SRS airbag here because your airbag is located in there. You have your AC vent right there, and then you can see you have a nice flat looking design where you have the speakers at the back. You have the glove box material, but there's actually no glove box in there. But the floor mats are there for your optional extra bZ4X, and then the seats are same at the front, your artificial leather and your fabric trim. The car gets a panoramic sunroof, so that's nice, so you can open up that completely by just a single button, and it's actually nice. But the only problem is it doesn't slide. It's just like a fixed sunroof. I don't even know why they put this in the middle. But you have some light placements here as well. You have an auto dimming rear view mirror, but it's not digital as a lot of Toyota vehicles get. You have vanity mirrors with a light on both of the sides. And then if you come to the center console, you have a bit of storage under here where you can put some more stuff, as you can see. And then if you close this, you have two cup holders here, and then you have a bit of storage here. You have this nice trim, but as it's gloss black, a lot of fingerprints get stuck here. If you press this, it opens up your wireless charger. So that's cool as well. And then if you look at the buttons, you have your X mode, you have your hill descent control, traction control, eco mode, you have your, you can control the regenerative brakes, brake hold, parking brake, and this is your gear knob. So for putting it at drive, you have to press, twist. For putting it at reverse, you have to do the same, and then your reversing camera comes on, and for putting it to neutral, you just put that, and this is for park. Two AC vents with your hazards and your start button. But now let me show you the car's infotainment system. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and then the entire infotainment system automatically turns on. Overall, the dash, like I mentioned, it's nice. It's doing a nice Toyota animation, and it's actually really cool. So if you press on continue, the screen is pretty much in every, like the system is pretty much in every Toyota. So for navigation, you have to buy their subscription. If you go to media, you can connect your Bluetooth and other stuff. But the best part is the car has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's nice. You have your phone here. You can go to vehicle settings. You can go to the trip information and control a lot of stuff. So the range now is showing 162 kilometers. And this is for the history, like how much it's getting. So it's getting 21.8 kilowatt per 100 kilometers. So if you go out from there, you can look at your charging schedule if you want to add one. And it's overall pretty nice. If you go on settings, you can log into your profile. You have your personal information, Bluetooth and settings. You have your general settings where you can control a lot more stuff. And then you have your notifications, Wi-Fi. You can control your display, so for your brightness and everything. Or if you want the darker theme or the lighter theme. You have your sound and media. And overall, it's pretty nice. If you go on vehicle customization, you can control a lot more stuff from here. But it's pretty basic, to be honest. You have your AC controls here, so these are for your volume and for turning the screen off, but the car gets 2-zone climate control with your wind speed and where you want the air. You have some controls here, and this car actually gets heated seats and a heating steering wheel. That's cool as well. If you look at a button right here, this is for your trip information, for your screen, that's for the driver's side. But let's come to the steering wheel. You have this nice leather steering wheel. This looks like a Prius steering wheel actually. You have your cruise control and all of your different buttons, and you have all of your different controls for that screen. You have your high beam and hazards over this side, and you have your windshield wiper controls for this side. And the steering wheel is tilt and telescopable. So however you want, you can control that. Now let me show you the car's driver's display. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and then it turns on. Overall, that screen is a pretty basic screen. It's not as big, but it does a nice animation while turning on, so that's cool. Overall, you can use everything with these buttons. So if we go on the first menu, first of all, you have your warnings. This car doesn't have any warnings, so it's a new car. Then you have all of your safety systems like your lane keep assist, your blind spot monitoring, your front automatic braking assist. This is for your surrounding parking sensors, and then you have a lot more stuff to control from here, like your speed limit monitor, your blind spot monitoring when you open the door. This is for your rear cross traffic alert, your rear parking sensors. And then if you go to meter settings, you can also control something like that. But if you go to vehicle settings, you have a lot to change from here, as you can control, like I mentioned before. But if you go to the display settings, you can change a lot of stuff. So if you want to go to unit, you can change however you want it. And then if you go to language, you can do that as well. You could go to EV, information, closing display. You can also control that. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie, but there's nothing to configure like you can do it with other Toyota vehicles, but it's not bad, I would say. If you go on top of that, this is for all of your trip information, tire pressure monitor, and your all-wheel drive system. Then if you go once again, you have your audio, then you have your safety mode like your adaptive cruise control, and your navigation, which so the subscription is not purchased. Then if you go here, you have your trip information like it's mentioned. The car has 348.9 kilometers at the meantime. You have your gauge with your hybrid gauge as well. It's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. If you put it in eco mode, does it change? It just says eco, that's pretty much it. But now we're gonna get to the car's door. So at the door, first of all, you have your AC vent right there. Then you have your automatic headlights and for your tailgate. This is for opening the car's hood. You have your dash pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal. The seats are manually controlled, but you have your SRS airbag at the side. You have your door handle with your lock and unlock, your window openers. The car just got tint, that's why you can't open the car's windows. You have your lock and unlock here, window lockers, exterior mirror controls, bottle holders where you have a Tim's cup. Pretty good speakers, I would say, not bad. And that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. So if you like this review, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I would say thank you to Oakville Toyota for providing this car to me, and thanks to Saman for always arranging all the cars for me so I could do a full in-depth review of them. So this was the all-new 2025 Toyota bZ4X. If you want to see any other vehicles like the RAV4s, I have reviewed it before, the top of the line. If you want to see the Crown Signia, I did that as well. If you want to see the Toyota Crown, I did that as well. But if you want to see something new like the Tundra, I did that. But if you want to see the Tacoma, I can do that for you guys. Not a big deal. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.